People can make their short presentations, and we'll have some time for discussion. And then the actual voting will take place after the meeting once the ballots are sent out. Tom and Monty will be in charge of that, and they'll let you know how to contact them if you have any trouble getting your ballot or any questions about voting. So first up, we have for District 2 Coordinating Council. So first up is Thistle, and we have 2 minutes, so let's try to keep things moving. Our first speaker is in 25 minutes, actually less. Go ahead, Thistle.
All right. Hi, everyone. I live in Madison, as stated before, District 2, and I'm really interested in the mechanics of democracy, and I'd like to learn about policy making and be in discussions with fellow Green Party members on the state level and then eventually on the national level to better participate in civic life and also to fight the two-party system, big corporations, big oil, big gas. I have a lot of experience in organizing in a very grassroots way. I'm a musician. I just recently wrote a song for a Georgia Green Party senator candidate that, he got 15,000, he was on the ballot in Georgia. He got 15,000 votes. So I love to use my songwriting talent for environmental causes of justice, Indigenous solidarity, clean water. And thank you so much for allowing me to present.
Okay, thank you. So next up, we have Sam Chance. So then, yeah, it's already 2:06, and our first speaker comes on at 2:15. So I'd like to start, a quick discussion period. Anything that hasn't yet been said, now, and please try and keep comments brief. I'll put myself on the stack. I'll say first of all, in Congressional District 2 in the Four Lakes Green Party, that, Sam Chance has been an excellent member this year, has, consistently showed up for meetings, has put in a lot of work. Sam drafted our racial justice statement, which you can find on the Wisconsin Green Party website. I really think Sam would bring a lot to the coordinating council. And I didn't want to have to do this, but I cared too much about the Green Party to stay quiet. And when someone puts themselves forth as a candidate for leadership, we have a responsibility to honestly share information about that candidate and hold them accountable. So there's been a national conflict over the Georgia Green Party Executive Committee signing on to the so-called Declaration on Women's Sex-Based Rights, which is a backlash against the trans rights movement that seeks to deny the right of self-determination to trans folks, specifically by saying that trans women are not women, they're men. And this action by a small group in Georgia has been extremely divisive in the national party. It's given ammo to detractors of the Green Party to frame our entire national party as transphobic and regressive. Thistle has joined the Wisconsin Green Party specifically to further this agenda, which she stated in her self-nomination. She has made herself a pariah in Madison area progressive community through her trans exclusionary agenda. She antagonizes people and groups with this advocacy, then portrays herself as a victim when she's no longer welcomed in those spaces. Her participation in the Four Lakes Green Party has been very sporadic since joining earlier this year. And her only other initiative has been signing us up to create a Black Lives Matter mural on State Street, which she then didn't follow through with. So it just was left empty saying, reserved for Four Lakes Green Party. And she also attempted to misrepresent correspondence with Barb Dahlgren to try to bend the rules so that Carrie Bruss could join the Four Lakes Green Party to support Thistle's agenda. She's disrespected other Greens, refused to call trans folks by their pronouns. She insists that trans women are not women, they're men. And she's called the trans rights movement sinister, parasitic, and blood-sucking. So Thistle has been very disruptive and divisive in her short time in the Green Party. She's a bridge burner. Putting Thistle in any type of leadership position would alienate Greens and progressives in Madison, in Wisconsin, and nationally, and create major problems when we otherwise have huge opportunities to move forward united. So therefore, I will not be ranking Thistle for any positions whatsoever. I encourage others to do the same. We need strong, united leadership, and with that, I will pass.
Yeah, it's true that I haven't gone to many Four Lakes Green Party meetings. I've had a conflict with an herbalism course that I've been taking. But I collected signatures for the Howie Hawkins, Angela Walker campaign, and I think that there's been a lot of defamation and slander against me because I am a radical feminist, and I think that needs to be taken into consideration, that Dave is framing this in a way that is defamatory, and that goes against it's like, that's why Carrie and I have been concerned about using terms like bad actor or gross misconduct, and it's because we disagree with we disagree with transgender politics and transgender ideology, because we're in favor of women's sex-based rights, which the Georgia Green Party has ratified and endorsed the declaration, the International Declaration on Women's Sex-Based Rights. And it's a document that it makes sure that girls and women, for example, in sports, are competing against girls and women and not competing against males. So there are lots of reasons to support women and girls' sex-based rights. That's just one of the reasons. There's also children's rights that are involved with this issue. So I would just encourage you to do your research, do a Google search on the defamation campaigns that have been happening against radical feminists, and also look at the difference between what radical feminists are saying about transgender activism and transgender politics, and what trans activists are saying about radical feminists, and then make a decision. I'm here to serve. I want to be a part. I want to be included, and I feel like what Dave just did is excluding me, especially considering our power differential. Him being in the Green Party so much longer than I have been, and his positions of power in the Green Party, and him being a white male above me in that sense of the term too, getting back to what Barb was saying about protecting classes of people. Women are discriminated against on the basis of sex. Women are systematically excluded from public life and political life because because of opinions that we may hold. And women have the right to be in public and to be a part of public discourse and to express dissenting views. So thank you. Thank you.
So it sounds like I have 2 minutes for my stat comment, right?
You've got 2 minutes. If you can keep it shorter, that'd be great.
Sure, no problem. Hey, I'm glad we're having this discussion. I'll go ahead and go on record and say I am an advocate for women's sex-based rights, and I think that there are times when transgender rights are at odds with that. I don't think this. I think as Greens, we want to go with what we do agree on, which is anti-militarism, ecological wisdom. I'm hoping we can use those things as our basis for movement forward in solidarity pass.
Okay.